So let's start with Jordan Bell. The last time we saw him, he was taking the blame for Oregon's loss in the Final Four. What do you think about Bell?
All right, Jordan Bell, all-time leading shot blocker in Oregon history. I love this kid, Maggie. Came to Oregon with no offense, was just a kind of a rim runner. Now he's a legitimate defensive shutdown menace. He has a decent enough touch. My only question for him is he going to be a real liability offensively? But I think you look at him, and he's not as big as a Ben Wallace, but that's the type of impact, ideally, you could see him having. You know, I think for me, I would take him in the mid-20s and feel good about it. A lot of projections have him going early to mid-second, but, you know, he's just a junior. He's a great kid, and I know he was the big reason why they lost, obviously, against Carolina, but he's also the big reason why they were there. He was the big difference for them down the stretch in March, not just Tyler Dorsey.
Okay, fourth on your list, Grayson Allen, the controversial shooting guard from Duke.
Well, you know, if this was last year, we'd be talking about him as a lottery pick. He has really fallen because of the tripping. And, from a talent perspective, an offensive ability, this guy is through the roof. A tremendous athlete, former McDonald's All-American. Look at the scoring, though. Under 15, under 4 for assists and rebounds. Numbers went down across the board, shot under 37% from three. If I'm a Grayson Allen, if I'm a team that wants a big-time scorer, big-time athlete, I'm looking at Grayson Allen, even though he's got some off-the-court or on-the-court issues. Yeah. I think he's been undervalued at this point.
What about Rabb from Cal? If he had come out a year ago with teammate Jaylen Brown, he could have been a lottery pick. What about now?
You know, I think he's slipped a little bit because the offensive progression hasn't been great. But, 14 and 10, there's not many guys that average double-double. He's really athletic, 6'10 and a half, long, about a 7'2 wingspan. I'm a big fan of Ivan Rabb. And again, Maggie, at this point, when you get into the 20s or the late teens, you're looking for value, guys that can come in and have a certain skill. He has a definitive NBA skill, rebounding and then shot blocking as well. For me, Ivan Rabb is a guy really worth looking at in the late teens.
Okay, your number 2 sleeper, the fantastic freshman from UCLA, t.j.leaf.
Mr. Leaf, this is my guy, Maggie. I've been on this kid all year. We talked about it before the show. He was originally going to go to Arizona with Sean Miller. Gets cut on Team USA. I think he decommitted, ends up at UCLA. And, for all the talk about Lonzo Ball, Leaf might have been the most consistent performer. 17 and 8, over 46% from three. It didn't take a lot, but the ability to step outside. He's that new age NBA 4 who can guard 3 spots. Great athlete, great kid, big fan. Not a lot not to like about t.j.leaf.
Yeah, Sean Miller's got to know if you're the head coach of the U.S. Olympic team under 19,
bring him in.
You don't cut your commits. Okay, and the number 1 player on your list is Zach Collins. Why does he get the top spot?
Okay. I love this kid. I'm oozing for this kid. 6'11", first McDonald's All-American commit ever to go to Gonzaga. Bishop Gorman High School, big-time power program. He's so talented, left-hand ability, great footwork, really good touch, big-time shot blocker. If it wasn't for him fouling out in the North Carolina game, they probably win that game. I thought 2 or 3 were bad calls. He only played 17 minutes a game, but the ability to pass, although you don't see it in the stats, you can eventually, I believe, and as an NBA team, run your offense through this kid. He's a baby, just a teenager. If he does go out, I think you're talking about a top 10 legitimate guy, and I think out of all these players, an absolute definitive NBA All-Star down the road.
Wow.
If I'm a squad, I love Zach Collins. I think he has an unbelievable ability.
All right, we'll see if Mark Few can hang on to him for another year or if he indeed will enter the draft. Jordan, I like those top 5 sleepers.